All right, so it's Sunday, January 14, 2023, doing a back test for S&P 500. I'm on a 3-hour time frame. I've captured a 3-hour trend here. So from the lowest low to the highest high, there are no crosses. This is super close. I did double check it. There aren't any crosses. And seeing to that there is a very strong divergence, so I do expect for price to give me a correction of some sort. So with that being said, I did drop down to the 2-minute, and again, knowing that I have bullish, it's still bullish momentum. However, I'm just going to proceed with caution. So I dropped down to the 2-minute, and I see that I have convergence. So from the lowest low to the highest high, convergence, and I drop down to the 30-second time frame. And I have divergence here from the lowest low to the highest high. Volume is tapering off, so I think that I may be potentially getting a pullback. So what I'm going to do, especially too, since I'm already in this trend for a little bit of time, I'm going to wait for some type of confluence to come into place before proceeding with some type of position. So I did pause the video and play a few candles here, and I did get a violation of the trend line here, and I will let this play. And I got a higher high, so I'm going to put that into play, and actually I'm on the 2-minute time frame still. So I'm going to see how this plays out. All right, so it has broken my trend line on the 2-minute, so I know for sure that it has happened on the 30-second. All right, so again, I've got the divergence, higher high being made. However, the volume has lessened. If I go to the 2-minute time frame, my 2-minute trend is way down here. So, and this is an area to be cautious of. I've got this particular, this is like my most recent highest high. However, up here where I have this area of white, the zone in white as well with the black line, it hasn't been this high, I think, since last year. So I just want to wait and see how price responds to these levels. And so with that being said, I'm going to play this out a little more. Okay, so I did play out some candles, and I also updated the trends here. So this went from a 30-second trend to a 1-minute, also the level for it. And then my 2-minute trend, the level of violation for it, also updating. So with that being said, price being right here, I'm going to play out candles and see if price will violate this particular zone, give me a retest for the bearish position. And I'm still in a specific zone, of course, on a higher time frame to be cautious of. All right, and so right here I have the candle breaking right here, breaking the impetus zone here, as well as retesting it here. And let's see here, I do have, let's see, so far a lower low hasn't been made yet, and I've got bearish volume here. And just to see what this, I'm going to go back to the 3-hour to see if I have gotten a break. I haven't gotten a break on the MACD. That's really what I'm waiting for. And again, I know that this is an area to be cautious of, just because of it being in the zones between these areas here. So with that being said, I'm going to drop back down to 1 and wait for some additional confluences. All right, so I did update my level here for the 1-minute. So price has pushed past it, has retested it. I did begin to trap this area right here, and I believe it was on a 30-second time frame. Price is below the trend line here, and it has broken this lower structure zone, this lower time frame zone. I'm going to give it one more candle, and I'm going to put in a position for the sell. I'm just going to go for a 1 to 1.5, because that's all I need. And hit the play button and see what happens. Yeah, I got stopped out. Correction did not complete. So, with that being said, it looks like it may be done here. So that's when I change this time frame. Okay, so this being a 1 minute trend, and I'm going to let price, let me ensure that's 1 minute. Yeah. All right, let this play out. Oh, geez, okay. So this is where I will enter for my sale. I'm gonna pretend as if this is the real market. And those candles played there, stop loss there, 1 to 1.5 here. And hit the play button and see what happens. Okay, so I guess the correction isn't over. Oh, goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna update this. All right, so I did make an update to the time frame of this particular trend, and I did check the 3 hour again, and I still have low volume, so it may be just going to consolidate for a little bit before it does its thing. So with that being said, I'm just going to continue to watch and trap this. And 2, I pulled up the fib, so fibbing from here to here. Price has come back to about the 618 on a couple of occasions here, and each time, so I got a star pattern here, and then I've got another one here, and they both are bearish. So I still have the bias for the sale. Just when it's going to come, I've just got to be patient and see. So I will play some candles and see what happens. All right, so I have fibbed this. Price has come up to the 786. I have the 2 minute time frame here. I've got the 2 minute zone. Let me remove this to make it more visible. So 2 minute trend here, and here is another level that I haven't put into place for this specific trend. So far a higher high hasn't been made, so this 1 minute trend that happened over here, price hasn't made a higher high yet. So I'm still waiting for the sale. So I'm going to give this one more candle and see if it closes below this big zone here. Okay, and it moved, so just want to keep playing this out. Okay, right there. All right, so I've got convergence from this high to this high. There is a loss of volume. That's on the 10 minute time frame. On the 5 minute, I've got a break of the MACD. My 2050 is about to cross. So I think I'm finally getting my sell right here, and I am going to enter for a sell. Right here, stop loss right there. I'm just shooting for a 1 to 1. and see what happens. All right, low volume. And it's getting close, however, almost doesn't count until it hits the TP. All right, let me go up in the time frame to make this move a bit faster. All right, so it's definitely respecting this level right here. So let's see if I can get the, all right, I got it. Third attempt. So I see the impulse. This looks corrective, A, B, and this could be potentially C, maybe. I'm unsure, but what I am sure of is that that the sell was coming, and then just to look at the 3 hour to see if it, no, it still hasn't broken yet. Time frame for it is still good, and it's still just playing around in this particular area. I'm waiting for this to break. So with that being said, nonetheless, I got my 1 to 1.5, my third attempt, and I'm gonna do 2 more. All right, so updated my levels and zones and things of that sort. So this is a 6-minute trend coming down, and then having the 6-minute zone of violation here. And what I think the market is telling me, and too based upon previous experience with this particular type of structure. So again, I was on the 3 hour. And so this looks like this is a correction for that 3 hour, and it's going to give me one last push. It's going to give me a bullish push up before reversing for the sell. So I'm going to wait for this to complete before I'm just going to wait for this to complete and see what happens. So 6-minute trend. See if I get a pullback. Okay, so there's a pullback, and I've got a cross of the MACD here. So I think that this is telling me that the correction could be potentially over, and so price pulled up to the about the 835 for it, and I've got, if I fib this, my impetus sits right here at about the 50. So based upon the rules, the impetus is about the 50 to 786, and it's sitting right at the 50. So my impetus is correct. So I am going to play this out and see if I get my violation for the sell. I'm just going to do it 1 to 1.5. Okay, so it continued down. Okay. All right, and so I fibbed from here to here, and this came up to about the 886. I've got low volume here, and I'm just going to play this out. And two, I'm like in a zone to be cautious of, so I'm going to update this as it continues, and it just continues to drop. Okay, so with that being said, Oh, goodness. Okay. So, let me just check the 3 hour. Okay. So, 6 minute trend has gotten away from me. The good thing is it is out of my zone here. I'm just going to wait for a retest. Okay, so it broke my 2 minute trend as well. It almost broke the 2 minute candle, or this 2 minute zone. Okay, so maybe this is my retest. All right, trap this here. I'm on 6 minutes. Let me just check a higher time frame to see where. Okay, so that's very bearish. Okay, so with that being said, I am going to maybe go to the 30-second and enter right here because everything looks bearish trend. Got the CJ arrow, price being below the moving averages, MACD bearish, so I'm going to go in for a sell. It hasn't crossed my impetus level yet. However, per my rules, I don't wait for an impetus break. So with that being said, I'm going to hit the play button, see what happens. I wonder if it's going to give me a correction. Let's see, I'm on a 30-second. So close to getting the take profit hit, and I got it right there. All right, awesome. I will take that. All right, so I'm gonna do one more, and that'll be my 5 for the day, or for this particular moment. Okay, so for my final trade here, so I've updated my levels as well as removed a lot of the other zones and things of that sort that were in place. And so to me, how this looks, okay, so I've got, of course, that prior 2 minute trend, and price has broken through the trend line right here. Another thing I've identified is the classic ORS. I had the impulse, and price has given me the, so if I have, where is it? Well, I did have another triangle here in place. However, if I had that zone still in place, it was a retest somewhere. It was either here or here, maybe one of the two. Retesting the, what is it, a break and retest of the previous trend. Yeah. So again, been on the 6 minute time frame. I've got volume here, and so if I drop down to the 30-second, I'm looking at. Oh, I need to stretch this out because price has broken. Looks like it's gone through potentially. Let me go to 3 hours. So I want to stretch this out to see if price has closed beyond my trend line. And it hasn't closed yet, but price is definitely below it at the current time. So back to 6 minutes. On the 3 hour, okay, still bullish on the 3 hour time frame. So I still need to proceed with caution. And I have this area here at the bottom in white, so that is a strong zone to be cautious of. So just going again, I don't trade on higher time frames. I'm just looking at it just to get an overall look of the trend, volume, things of that sort. So 6 minute time frame, and I've got a pullback that has happened right here, and I'm going to go to the 15 minute and maybe even a 20, and I've got volume here, volume. So 6 minute, I got the 6 minute pullback. So what I'm going to do is play one more candle and begin trapping this. So okay, just a moment. Put this in place. All right. going to do that for now and see how price responds to it. Give it a few candles. Check my time frame. And that looks perfect. Okay, so 10-second time frame for this particular structure. Price has broken beyond the moving averages as well as my trend line. I got the CJ arrow. Price has closed beyond my impetus level, has retested it. Got the break as well as the volume for the MACD. So I'm going to go in for a sell. And before I do so, just one additional confirmation. I'm just going to go for 1 to 1.5. I'm just going to go to the 15-minute just to ensure, okay, I got the volume there. And I think I was on 15-second. And okay, so before I do that too, so I'm in between this kingdom and this kingdom, and I just want to ensure price is giving me a pullback to the 786 right here. And what did I do? As well as to capture this trend, price has pulled back to about this, almost to the 786. Okay, now I'm getting confused about what I'm fibbing. But anyways, so I'm just going to go in for a sale. Yeah, here we go. Because this appears to be a pullback, not a correction to me. And will I get my take profit hit? So close, so close. All right, so stop loss hit. Came super close to getting the take profit, however, almost doesn't count. And so nonetheless, I got 2 out of 3, I think. So yeah, that's all I know to say at this particular moment. I'm doing my best to capture all of this on here. So did I get 3? Okay, yeah, 5 or yeah. So 3 lessons and 2 wins. So that is all I have to report at this moment.